Good morning, Veritas Board and Admin. My name is Isaiah Neal, and this is my Veritas Confessional post round 2. How did you feel before, during, and after the interview? Before round 1, I was extremely nervous, not knowing what to expect. When I walked in the room, the loud music, the sheer amount of applicants, and the cheering Veritas scholars frightened me, and as soon as I got my name tag, I went and sat down. Nonetheless, my friend David Haley, who was also an applicant, got me to take me up to the front of the stage where we interacted with countless applicants, many Veritas scholars, and danced as well. During the interview, I was extremely nervous, although some of that nervousness had been replaced with confidence. I feel like even with the amount of nervousness that I had, I was able to push through and communicate my ideas well. Before round 2, I was extremely confident, knowing what to expect and knowing who might be there. When I walked in the room, I saw a lot of applicants who I communicated with in round 1, at round 2, along with all my friends who I applied with, and I was able to interact with them as well as other Veritas scholars in the room. I was able to enjoy myself before we went into interviews. During round 2, a lot of that confidence faded away, but I was still able to communicate how I felt through thoroughly and well. After round 2, I felt like I did as much as I could and I felt like I did well with what I said. Now that you have experienced a light introduction to the Veritas classroom, what were your biggest takeaways? One of my biggest takeaways from experiencing what a Veritas classroom would be like was that no matter what, you should always speak up and share your ideas, no matter the situation. Today, what did you learn about what it means to be a Veritas scholar? I learned that to be a Veritas scholar, you must be able to share your ideas no matter how nervous you are. It's imperative that you should always speak what's on your mind, regardless of the situation, regardless of who's in the room, regardless of the time, how much time you have left. You should always speak on what you believe. And no matter how nervous, no matter how nervous you are. Which exercises do you think you performed well on? In round 2, I was in group C, and I felt like the activity I performed the best on was our first rotation. In that first rotation, 4 applicants sat down at a table and an instructor asked each applicant the same question. And each applicant could take as much time as they could to answer, although each group got 6 minutes at each table. I felt like I performed well on this exercise because I was able to clearly communicate what I wanted to say and clearly answer the question as thoroughly as possible. If you could go back and do it again, is there anything you would have done differently today? If I could have done anything differently yesterday at round 2, I feel like I definitely could have expressed more of what I wanted to say. Although I was able to express a lot of what I wanted to say, I feel like there's a lot more I could have said for sure. Was there a moment in particular that stood out to you today? A moment that stood out to me today was my second rotation with Group C. In that rotation, we were required to distinguish what makes a good person and what makes a bad person a bad person. Through all the people who were getting up and sharing their ideas, and through all the nervousness that I felt in my gut, I was still able to get up and clearly communicate what I thought about everyone's ideas. And I was able to successfully counter everyone's ideas with my own. If you had to choose one fellow candidate you think would make a great Veritas scholar, who would it be and why? Out of all the candidates that I interacted with through round 1 and 2, before, during, and after, the one person who I say will be a great Veritas scholar is my close friend, David Haley. David is a hard-working person, and if you give him something to do, if you give him an assignment and say it is due in 6 hours, he will get it done in 30 minutes. Not only is he a great person educationally, he is also an amazing person socially. When he sees one of his peers struggling with either an assignment or just trying to speak, he will always get up and assist them on whatever they're trying to say or do. How did your experience today impact your perception of the program and your desire to be in it? From the beginning, from the application rally to round 1 to round 2, my perception never changed about this program. And that perception is a very prestigious program, and they do not take anything lightly. To be in this program, you have to be willing to give up lots and lots of time to be successful. And even then, you must be extremely disciplined. I feel like I'm a great fit for this program because, like I said, I am extremely disciplined, and I am a great person educationally and as well socially, and I perform well when giving written assignments as well. My desire to be in it has definitely increased, seeing how rigorous it is, and also seeing that I know a lot more people who are in than I thought I knew. My name is Isaiah Neal. This is my Veritas Confessional, post round 2. Thank you for watching.